What's up, guys? So we're back at the swap meet today. It's pretty early. It's about 8:30 right now, so not the earliest, but early enough. So we still might be able to find some good stuff. But all right, let's get going.
Yo, check this out.
It is a hot one today, but you know what? We're still on the hunt, and hopefully we find some good stuff. What's up, Dav?
Morning.
How much are the Xboxes?
Give me 10 each.
10 each?
Yes.
Now this was a really good deal, but I had to check them out just to make sure they were okay. So they both look like they were in pretty good condition. I never buy the white ones because more than likely when you buy a white one from the swap meet, it's always going to have that red ring of death, so I stay away from those. Now this black Xbox 360 was missing the hard drive, so that kind of sucked. And then I looked at the disc tray, and the disc tray was actually stuck open right here. I opened it and tried to close it, and it just wasn't budging. So, you know what? I just didn't want to deal with it, so I went ahead and left them both. So then we went to the next vendor, and this guy had a PXP3. Never heard of it. This thing was so bootleg. It had like a 601 cart. Didn't want to bother with it. But then I found this Nintendo Switch case that actually had Marvel Superheroes 2 in there. So we went ahead and grabbed that. And then I found some Laserdisc movies. I didn't really see Laserdisc movies that often. But Michael Jackson's Thriller, Trading Places, Easy Money. Dude, check out how cool this Thriller was. But you know what? It's not for me right now, so I went ahead and put it back. But check out this X-Men long sleeve, dude. I really like this long sleeve, but it just wasn't my size.
Ese creo que todavía trae gratis, creo, no estoy seguro.
Sí, dame uno de cambio.
How much for this?
La memoria del PlayStation.
5?
Yeah.
And for the controllers?
Those 5 too.
5?
Xbox is 7.
Sí.
Extension.
Le damos.
And for the power supply?
Gracias. Ese
10.
ahí.
10?
Okay.
So then I found this X-Files action figure on the floor, which is cool because I'm a huge fan of the show, but then I noticed it was all stapled up. How much is this? 5? Check it out. So $5 for a box that's been restapled. I just went ahead and passed. Then I found this box that had a whole bunch of CDs in it, and I usually go through these kind of bins because you never know if you're going to find any kind of video games or something in there. But then I just found a whole bunch of movie soundtracks: Jurassic Park, Vision Quest, Notting Hill. I mean, come on now. But then I found this Adam Sandler album. What the hell happened to me? So then we came up on the next vendor, and this lady had stuff all over the floor, and right behind another VHS, she had this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink Ranger No Clowning Around VHS tape that looked pretty interesting. How much is this one?
$1.
$1? Yeah. So I know it belongs in a set, so we're gonna go ahead and try to look for the rest of them. But after looking, I didn't really see any, but I did find some Game Informers and tips and tricks. And the magazines? How much are the magazines? How much for the magazines? $1 each? Yeah. The only problem with these is that they were like water damaged, like they had left them out while it was raining. The water damage wasn't real bad, but like there were some parts where you just kind of like, oh man, like it's kind of stiff right here. So I went ahead and just decided, you know what, for $1 a magazine, I might as well just pick them up, and you know what, somebody might want them. How much is the Nintendo?
El Nintendo, ¿en cuánto? Chiquitas.
The lady's not here right now. She wants to park the car.
Oh.
Come here.
Yeah.
¿Qué quiere? ¿Qué quiere? Okay, how much is it for Nintendo?
For this one right here?
64.
Okay.
Ahí viene Carmen ya.
Carmen, ¿cuánto tienes el 64?
So I have no idea what's going on right now. These ladies are screaming like crazy. But you know what? This is why I love swap meets, man, because you never know what you're going to find here. And I literally found this Nintendo 64 and Xbox 360 inside of this cage. And I mean, you got to look everywhere for these things.
She doesn't know right now how much it's gonna.
Oh, okay.
Give me 10 minutes more.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And for the Xbox too?
Yeah. Yeah. El Xbox gonna find out right now.
Es que lo voy a traer ahorita.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
So they did not know what they wanted for the 64 or the Xbox 360. So we went ahead and left, looked at some other stuff, and we're going to come back in 10 minutes. But I'm glad we did because we did find some more games here. I went through this bin here. There wasn't nothing too crazy, just a few movies. But then I noticed there was a bag right next to me. Like, how did I even miss that? Anyway, I went ahead and looked inside, and it was just full of Xbox One games and Nintendo Wii games. So I grabbed this one right here, and it was a Mario Party 8. Super good find right there. The disc was in really good condition. But then I found this Mario Sonic Olympic game, and it had Mario Sluggers in there as well. So I definitely wanted to pick that one up because that's worth some pretty good dough. But she wanted 15 for both, and you know what? She ended up keeping that other one with Mario Sluggers. She said that one wasn't for sale, but I was able to pick up Mario Party 8. So after kind of going through this bag, I was going to take everything out, but you know what? It looked like it was just mostly sports games, so I went ahead and passed on this one. Then I found this turbo remote for the Sega Genesis for $1, so I went ahead and picked that up. Alright, so let's head back to see if they have a price for the Nintendo 64 and the Xbox 360 yet. So I've been practicing my Spanish, and I think now is the best time to use it. How much for the comida?
Lentejas.
The comida right here?
El queso está viejo y podrido. ¿Dónde está el sanitario?
Now these ladies were super nice, so I figured, you know what, I tried to use some Spanish on them, but I suck at speaking Spanish. I'm terrible at it. I just don't get it. But they were nice enough to offer me a plate of food. But I told them I was just joking with them. So the Nintendo 64 looked like it was in really good shape. The joystick was really strong on the controller. Everything looked like it was there. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. But the Xbox 360, now this one I was a little worried about. It was missing the hard drive, but she did want $40. I could have bought it from 10 from the other guy, but I'm gonna just pass on this one for now. Alright guys, that was stressful, but we ended up picking up the Nintendo 64 for $60. I offered her 50, but I don't want to push my luck. 60 was fine. Let's keep rolling. So I found some more PlayStation 2 games, but nothing really that stood out. Barnyard, Nemo, Madagascar, soccer. Let's keep moving. And then I came up to this box right here, and this thing was filled with action figures. Now these things were ugly, man. Like, I don't know what they are, but they were creepy looking. But the detail was there. It was just there. Now I wasn't sure where these figures were from, but after doing a little bit of searching and digging through these, they started to look kind of familiar. And then it hit me.
Würdest du ewig leben wollen? Die Heavy Metal Fact 2.
These were the Heavy Metal Frack 2 action figures. Now there was a PC game and there is a movie, and I was looking at these and they were selling for about 18 plus online loose, but the lady wanted $15 each. So I just went ahead and passed on these for now. They were just a little bit out of my price range, but really cool to look at. And then I found this Tony Romo figure. Don't know if anybody would want this.
You'll see it here. Number 59 comes clean and
They also had some loose wrestling figures and this really cool Shaquille O'Neal figure back when he was with the Magics. So most of the time at the swap meet, when I look for video games, I usually find a stack of DVDs, and in between those DVDs, I'll end up finding video games. So a lot of times you just have to look and dig through these things. And as you can see right here, we got some PlayStation 2, we got some Wii games, and you just never know what else you're gonna find. How much is this one? 3? Now this was kind of cool because I usually don't find too many Game Gear games and Game Boy games at swap meets, and this Snoopy was actually in pretty good condition. But these Game Gear games, they looked okay at first, but once I opened it up, you could see they were ripped up, they were faded, they had a lot of water damage to them. So I was just, you know, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I wanted to pick them up or not. But then he said $7 each, and I just kind of like figured, you know what, I'm just gonna pass on these for now. But they were cool to look at. I just wish they would have been in better condition. Oh shit. Sorry about that, I dropped my phone. My bad. So he didn't really have anything too crazy, so let's just go ahead and move on. Oh, it's not in here. I wish the game would have been in there because it would have only cost me $1. Transformers, Beast Machines. Now, if you ever go to a swap meet, there's always one thing that you can count on, and it's these awful, terrible games that are always there. It just seems like no matter what swap meet you go to, you're always going to find games like these. So if you're ever looking for these games, head to your swap meet. So they had a Nintendo Wii right here and a Nintendo Wii U, but there was nobody there to ask for a price. So let's just keep on cruising. Now this is it right here. This is what the swap meet's all about. Now these are the kind of things that you want to find when you go game hunting. This guy had a nice pile of video game consoles just chilling out here. A NES, a PS2, PS2 Slims, PS1s, PS3. Now, I just couldn't believe it. Now hopefully he could just give us a good price. Always look inside for a game and no little Samson in there. Maybe next time. Dude, check out this PlayStation 2 Fat Boy with the expansion pack in the back. Hopefully he gives me a good deal on these. Alright, how much for the systems?
Mario?
For the top one, yeah.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
30.
30. And for the PlayStation?
Give me 100 for everything.
100 for everything?
Yeah.
$100 for everything. I couldn't believe it. $100 for all the systems. I was shocked. That's like exactly what you want to hear when you go to a swap meet. Like, I mean, that's like an ultimate find. But looking through a lot of the PS2 Slims, they were in really, really bad condition. A lot of them had mold, rust, all kinds of stuff. The PS3 was pretty banged up too. So I don't know what to do here, guys. $100 for everything, and I really don't know what to do because I don't know if this stuff even works. But you know what? I think I might grab a few of these and just, you know, see what happens. So that was a crazy find, and I had to make some tough decisions right now, but hopefully I made the right ones. Alright guys, crazy day at the swap meet, but we got a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go home. Alright guys, we are back for the swap meet, and it got super hot. I don't know what's up with the weather out here in California, but it's wild, man. But we didn't finish walking the whole swap meet, but we got what we needed, so let's get into the pickups. Alright, so for our first pickup, we got this Nintendo Switch case for $5. They came with Marvel Superheroes too, for the Nintendo Switch.
Anyone? Okay. Anyone else see a giant sword in the sky?
I can. It's right there.
Thanks for the warning, Tiddles.
Next, we got Mario Party 8. This game is actually really cool. I got really lucky to find this. Now I picked it up for $15, and everything's there, so and it's in really good condition. Check that out. It's just a couple little spots there, a couple little scratches, nothing we can't buff out. What sucks though is I wanted to get that other game, the Mario Olympics with Sonic on it, because they have Mario Sluggers in there, but she was like, no, this one's not for sale, this and that, blah blah. But she let me take this one, so that worked out. Next, we also got SpongeBob Boating Bash.
Ah, mes amis, we meet again in the sleepy town of Bikini Bottom.
Gotcha!
Never heard of this one. Definitely looks interesting. Gonna try that out. Then we got SpongeBob Squiggle Pants. And I guess on this one you need a U-Draw game tablet. So interested to see how this one works. And then we picked up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers No Clowning Around, special features, interview with Kimberly.
Yeah, this is all right. Whoa! 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 Careful! Oh, my big strong hero. Oh, man. Man, that's one big pineapple.
It's morphin' time, guys.
Mastodon!
Now, this is just like a 30-minute cassette, but man, it really popped out. So I was like, you know what, let me grab it. I know it's part of a set. And who knows, maybe we'll find the rest of them. And then we picked up this Sega Genesis high frequency turbo remote, and we only grabbed this for $1. So there was no way I was going to pass up on this. I actually think it was a really good buy. You never know who might want it. Alright, so then I picked up some Game Informers. I picked these up for $1 a piece. Now I was a little iffy because they do feel like they're water damaged a little bit. Like, you can see how it's kind of smooth here, and then it just kind of gets kind of like it's creased right here. So we picked up Turok Evolution Game Informer for $1. We also picked up Game Informer Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Now I like picking up these magazines, but for $1 it was kind of hard to pass up. Next we have the Nintendo 64 Pocket Power Guide Volume 3. Now this thing is awesome. It's basically like a cheat book. It covers the hottest N64 games, and here is a list of all the games that it covers. Some great titles there. And then this is crazy, man, because I used to have this tips and tricks back in the day. Bust a Groove with Lara Croft and Tomb Raider 3. Next we got over 2,000 cheats inside Expert Gamer, Siphon Filter 2 with WWF SmackDown, Fear Effect, and check out the back. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And then this one I used to have back in the day as well, Tips and Tricks Mortal Kombat 4. And I used to try and I used to actually try to draw that back in the day, and let's just say it didn't come out very good. Alright, so here's the Nintendo that we picked up from the swap meet. Now it looks like it's in pretty good condition. It's just a little dirty, but there's some old school stickers on here. You got Chippendale stickers, you got some old school Mario stickers on here. Ninja Turtles. I don't even know if there's something on this side. Nothing. But anyway, it's pretty cool, man. Just think these stickers were probably put on late 80s, early 90s. But alright guys, let's give it a try and hopefully it works. We're going to test it out with Bayou Billy. Get it all the way in there, push it down. Let's go. Oh, and right off the back it's starting to flash. So this thing definitely needs some kind of repair. If you guys know why the Nintendo does this or how I can fix it, please let me know in the comments. Let's try to Push it all the way in again. Give it another go. Nothing, same thing. All right, now we got the Nintendo 64 that we picked up. Now this thing was in really good condition. Everything is there. It just doesn't have the upgraded expansion pack, but you know what? That's all right. It did come with the original controller. And let's go ahead and put a game in and see if it works. Star Fox 64, let's go. And I forgot to plug it in. All right, everything's plugged in, everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and start it up and hopefully it works. And there it is, we got visual. Woo! Alright, after the NES not working, I was a little worried. Now I feel a little bit better. I definitely wanted this one to work more, so let's go. Ah, that sounds so sweet. Alright guys, so we got the PlayStation 2 Fat Boy right here. Now this thing is in really good condition. It's just a little dusty, as you can see. It did come with the memory card, but it didn't come with the controller. It didn't come with any cables, but it did come with this expansion pack in the back. Now this thing is supposed to make the games run faster, so hopefully, you know, it does. But let's start it up, and let's see if there's anything inside. And right off the back, there's Duke Nukem Time to Kill, so it did come with the game. Somebody left that behind. Now let's restart it and see if the expansion pack actually starts the game up faster. Because as you know, these PS2 Fat Boys, they do take a long time to start. So let's go ahead and start it. Alright, it's starting up now. That's a good sign. My PS2 Fat Boy takes anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes to start, so hopefully this one's faster. Okay, we're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. And there it is. 10 seconds is what it took for that game to load up on the PS2 Fat Boy. Let's turn the volume up. And there it is. Duke Nukem, A Time to Kill. So I also picked up this PlayStation 2 for 10 bucks. Now this thing is in pretty decent condition. It's just really, really dirty, but it's not too bad compared to the other three that he had there. This one was the best looking one. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take this one. Only thing is I can't test it because I don't have a power supply. So if anybody has a lead on a power supply for a PS2 Slim, let me know because I would love to know if this thing works. But for 10 bucks, not a bad buy. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And guys, I will see you on the next one. Later.
Get those wonderful toys.
Isn't this a school day?